our protein group where we have been for the last 5 weeks, a challenge group. So hello to the challenge group folks. And we're also broadcasting live on Chelsi's channel as well. So hello to everybody there as well. All right, so that's it for the introduction. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm ready. So I first of all told Heidi that everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to. And she's feeling like her summer's wrecked. And I feel like that sounds good. She's feeling like summer's wrecked. And I just said, summer's just going to be from a different perspective. And this is going to be an opportunity to force you to focus on nutrition, which the timing, I won't say it's perfect because you don't feel that way, but you have learned to habit stack over the last 5 weeks. We've focused on prepping veggies. You've learned about protein and the importance, you know, about carbs and healthy fats. And so all these things are stacking up to now you have those tools in your tool belt. And knowledge is great, but I think a lot of times we just get so overwhelmed. And where do I start? And so that's the purpose of today, is to simplify nutrition because it doesn't need to be overwhelming. And I think a lot of people just want like easy ingredients, simple ways to prep things. And especially in the summertime, because it's pretty fast paced and we're on the go a lot. Like we're camping, we're traveling. Heidi's going to be out of town this weekend. So we're going to talk about her upcoming trip and some of the things that she can do to be ready for the weekend and how to be more forward thinking with protein. If anything, everybody lacks protein in their diet, enough protein. And so we've all heard it, high protein. And Heidi's worked so hard at building muscle. And in order for her to maintain her muscle over the next 6 weeks of recovery, we're going to really focus on protein. And when you're eating a lot of protein, you have to have veggies, which is the fiber, to push the protein. So
I'll tell you, nothing's pushing right now, just in case you're
no, because you're on a lot of,
I've been laying down.
yes, and you're on a lot of pills, right, that are starting to clog things up. So drinking some fiber drinks and plenty of water is so important right now.
I love water, you guys.
To keep
I love to drink water.
Yes, she needs to keep telling herself that. Yes. So especially as it gets warmer, we all need to increase water. So one of the things that I've done, and I probably should have just brought my book, but I just kind of like have a weekly menu. I know that a lot of you that follow Heidi love to create. And so this is an idea. If you have a weekly meal plan like this and you set it up and you keep it, like this is the Happy Planner Punch. If you have something like that, the cool thing is if you keep this meal plan, you can pull it out next summer and you can go through the seasons and have those. And so what I typically will do, some of my tips and tricks for creating recipes is I will actually look at the cells on protein. So I use Instacart because I love my groceries delivered to my front door because it's just easy. It's very rare that I go into a grocery store and they do a good job picking out my produce. And if they don't, I let them know about it. And they correct things. So when I'm building my actual grocery list, I'm building my grocery list in Instacart or in my grocery pickup app. So that can save you time if you're currently using an app where you're doing your grocery list. Maybe you could do it in the pickup or Instacart, and that's going to simplify and save you time.
In case you're wondering, ask me if I've ever had my groceries delivered. No, I've never have. So it's another thing I have to learn. Let me write that down. But I can't walk, so that's good.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, you can't go to the grocery store. So it's an easy way to simplify. And you can, if you're in a bind, you can get your veggies pre-chopped, right? That's an option too. So the first thing that we're going to start with is protein. So I will go to the grocery app and you can hit deals and it'll show you what's on sale. And so if you want, you can base your meals around the chicken breast that's on sale, the pork loin, whatever it is. So let's first talk about proteins that you guys like, that you enjoy, or that you'll eat.
Right. Chicken is probably what we eat the most of. And I like turkey.
Okay.
Turkey, ground turkey. I like turkey breast. I like hamburger.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm not a big fish person, but I'm trying.
Okay. Yeah. What did you have? Is it halibut? What did you have one night you cooked?
and it was delicious.
It was delicious. I think tilapia.
Tilapia. Okay.
Maybe.
And that's an easy one. Whitefish is less fishy tasting. So whitefishes are a great place to start. Cod, halibut. I prefer tilapia. And the nice thing about them is they're high protein, low fat. And so it's less calories, but you're still getting a good portion of protein. And
Yeah.
so
It smells so good in your house too. Yes, I love that.
yes, there are smells that come with different things. Broccoli,
Yeah, the
cauliflower.
broccoli.
Yeah.
Especially the Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
That's
Mhm.
really good.
Yep. Hey, it's summertime.
But
You
I
can
do
open the
love-
windows.
But I do love those vegetables.
Yeah.
Despite the taste.
Good.
And maybe we can even grow.
And then you don't have to deal with the smells, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are Wednesday. Just write down like Thursday, Friday. Let's go to next Wednesday. Let's take you through the holidays.
Okay.
Because I know you guys are about to go out of town. I'm assuming you're gonna have to pick up some groceries
Yeah.
before you head out. And so you've said you like chicken, you like turkey. Is that gonna be, I mean, family's gonna be okay with that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Thursday night, tomorrow night before you leave town. This is one that I shared with Heidi and she really likes it.
I do actually really. I think it took me a year to try it. She'd been telling me that I would like it for a year. And now not only do I love it, but all the kids love it. Everybody really likes it. So this is one that you should try.
Okay, and it's super easy. So whether you have frozen chicken breasts or they're thawed out, just throw them in a crock pot, 4 to 6 hours. And you're gonna add just a packet of Italian seasoning dressing mix over the top. It's gonna have, if it's frozen, there's gonna be quite a bit of moisture. If they are thawed, you might need to add just a little bit of water, but the juices and everything, it's gonna cook in the crock pot. So amazing. So just the chicken, Italian seasoning. Once that's cooked, you're gonna shred it. So 4 or 5 hours in, shred it, and then you can add some plain Greek yogurt. And depending on how many chicken breasts you've got, like Heidi's feeding the full family, so she's probably gonna do at least 6 breasts on this one. She's gonna do probably a full cup of plain Greek yogurt and then mix that up. The Italian seasoning, there's enough dressing mix in there to flavor it. And it's super easy. And this is something that you can use for like Hawaiian haystacks.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
what we
throw
like.
over pasta. And if you are going to reach for pasta, there are a lot of protein-based pastas out there that taste awesome.
Yeah.
The Bertolli's, there's a bunch of them now. So
this is the one that threw me because I thought, I'm not gonna stick Greek yogurt over my chicken. And I couldn't believe how good it was.
Yeah, it's
So
creamy.
It is creamy and it is delicious and it's good with roasted veggies, like kind of mixed in. We've had it with raw veggies, like a haystack style. So I really do love that. So I'll put haystacks for dinner on Thursday.
Awesome. And if you aren't familiar with what haystacks are, typically it's over a bed of rice. And you could try cauliflower rice if you're trying to cut your carbs. Have you tried the cauliflower rice?
I haven't. What we usually use has been that like brown rice quinoa mix that you can get at Costco.
Right here. Okay,
Yeah,
this one right here.
This.
So that you can get this at Costco or grocery stores. And this is an awesome one too. These are just 90 seconds in the microwave and they're good, easy, ready to go.
And this feels like it's like what, 2? It says the serving size is 1 pouch. Wow. That feels like a lot.
Yeah. So I would say there's at least 2 in there.
Okay.
So yeah,
So this is quinoa and brown rice. I'm not such a fan of just quinoa plain.
Right.
But I do like it a lot with the brown rice.
Yeah. And the reason you want the quinoa is it's just going to add some extra protein. So a full pouch is 7 grams of this. And if you do, what is it saying? So per cup, 240 calories and it's 5 grams. But if you do per pouch, it's 390 with 7 grams. So I would say that that's probably like 2 servings in here. Yeah, for the family. And just throw those in the microwave, super easy. There's another one that this is a Spanish style rice, and I'll talk about this one too in a little bit.
I haven't tried that one out.
Yeah. So if you do haystacks, you can throw like mandarin oranges, pineapple, celery, peas, shaved
carrots
almonds,
and-
cheese,
yeah.
carrots, like just load it up with toppings that you like. And it's a great way to introduce different options to the kids too. And they think it's fun to just pile it up, stack it up.
Yeah.
That's
good.
a yummy one. So another option, like you could throw that over zoodles, like zucchini noodles. And
Oh, yeah, I
they're-
gotta remember to make those.
they're a little firmer. And so I love the zoodles, like the texture of them is great if you don't overcook them. And just saute those up and that would be a good option.
Okay.
Because the spaghetti squash is a lot thinner. And so I prefer like more over the top of zoodles for this specific sauce.
Okay.
So that's an
I like
option for
that
Thursday
idea.
night.
Okay.
And then are you guys headed out of town Friday?
Yes.
Okay. So out of town Friday, are you gonna hit something on the way up or do you want to take something and have it ready to go?
Well, I don't exactly know. So Friday's kind of in limbo.
Okay.
But maybe let's talk about an afternoon, because I would definitely need to have an afternoon plan.
Okay. So like a lunch?
Yeah.
Before you
Yeah,
go?
yeah, lunch.
Okay. So one nice thing about like this chicken, if this is something that you could do. If you didn't want to do the sauce and you just wanted the chicken, shred it up with the Italian, and maybe you did the 6 and you pulled out some of that chicken, then you could just throw it over the top of a salad. You could do some chicken tacos with it. So that would be an option. Or we're going to talk about salad in a jar, but what are some things, do you currently have something on hand for any protein or anything like that?
Well, I do like, I have ground turkey.
Okay.
And so I like to put taco seasoning in that.
Yep.
So I do have the option of either doing like taco salad with lots of veggies in it, or like a burrito bowl.
Yeah.
Kind of with rice and that.
Yep. That would be perfect. And that's,
Oh, good morning.
that is one of the salads that I have. I think it is a taco. Let's see. And that's just basically this right here, salad in a jar. So your taco meat goes on the bottom, and then I've got a small layer of that rice just from the bag. Then I've got carrots and tomatoes, and then the lettuce is on top. So this could be stored in the fridge for 3 to 5 days easily. And then you just literally dump it and it's good to go. So those of you in my member community, you're going to get the recipe to all of the salads that we talk about today. And these are so awesome to have in the fridge. A lot of the recipes you can store up 5 to 7 days.
Now, this might be a stupid question, but is there a reason that you would do it in a jar versus just in a plastic container?
So yes, because you want to keep more of your liquids on the bottom so the top, this doesn't wilt. So if you have like a flatter container, there's just more chance of the greens touching the liquids. So that's why we do it the way we do. And I'll talk about that too.
Okay.
So let's just do like the salad. The taco bowls would be great. If you could just saute up your meat and have your taco seasoning on top.
And I do like the idea of cooking more than I need, and then partitioning off, having some of it with the Greek yogurt, and then having some of it that can just go into a salad.
Yep.
It's probably the easiest.
Okay. And I would suggest that every time you cook meat, every time you're cooking protein, overcook it by a couple servings so that you have that in the fridge.
Not overcook it, but
over portion it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Over portion it so you have that for easy to go grab to throw on a salad. Because if you've got your veggies chopped, it's just an easy salad all the time.
Right. I agree with that.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got taco salad for Friday. And then Saturday, do you want mostly dinners or do you want some help with like breakfast, lunches, all the things?
Yeah, all the things.
All the things. Okay. So what does your family typically like for breakfast?
Well, they like to go to Kneaders for French toast. This is what my family likes. Okay. I want to know.
Is there a Kneaders close to camping?
No.
Okay. Okay. So do we like eggs? They like obviously waffles.
They will eat eggs. Yeah.
They like
And so we could do
pancakes.
I recently bought the Protein Principle Eggs pancake mix.
Yep.
It's
Perfect.
really yummy.
Yes, it is. So with
Is
the-
that a substantial amount of protein?
So not a substantial, no, but you can add some eggs to it and you can add some scoops of protein powder to it to bulk it up.
Does
just a
that
little bit
just
more.
like bog it down?
Mm-mm. So it actually makes them fluffier
Oh, okay.
and yummier. So I would say add 2 to 3 eggs to your mix for your size of family.
Okay.
And then a couple scoops of protein powder would
Oh,
be
add
awesome.
eggs into the pancake mix, not
Yes.
just make eggs on the side.
Correct.
Okay.
So if you want to just do, if you wanted to do just pancakes, that's a way to add more protein
Okay.
to your powder. So, and there's lots of recipes, like Pinterest is an awesome go-to, you guys. Look up healthy recipes and there's protein pancake recipes
Right.
out the wazoo.
Okay.
So, and ways, like I do have a few things here. So Clean Simple Eats, this is actually the protein powder, but Clean Simple Eats, they have some pancake mix.
Someone suggested putting mashed bananas in that. That sounds yummy.
Yeah, you can throw the mashed bananas in it. This is like a maple syrup that is just, it's 10 calories for 2 tablespoons. And so the Lakanto brand, Clean Simple Eats actually has a syrup mix too, that you just add the syrup and water and you can make your own maple syrup and it's cleaner.
Oh, really?
So that's an option too. My kids love peanut butter. And so I'll actually mix maple with peanut butter and do like a peanut butter syrup.
And I have
And
used
there's
the
two.
butters. Like I've got the pina colada
Okay.
butter.
Yep. Yeah.
So yummy.
Yes. So good. So if everybody's fans of pancakes, that's great. I would suggest, have some eggs on the side, just to have some other options, some fresh fruit. And a lot of the reason we want to lead with protein in our meals, every snack, every meal, is to help prevent high blood sugar spikes. So that's one of the things that is the hardest on our body is the blood sugar spikes that we're seeing. And it's like a car, you're pushing on the brakes and the gas. It's got these peaks and valleys. And that's why you're hitting those lows after you're reaching for the soda and the candy bar. And so by having protein in your system, it's going to be more of rolling hills with your metabolism and keeping things nice and stable. And so that's the importance. We want protein in every meal. Even if you're eating a carb or a fat, make sure that it's coupled with a protein every time. Just so, for one, you're satiated, you're feeling fuller because a carb is just going to process quickly. It's quick sugar. And then you are hungry an hour later. But if you've got the protein in the mix, it's going to sustain you a little bit longer. So I would say have some eggs on the side and then some fresh fruit.
Okay. I think that's realistic.
Okay. And then let's talk about lunch. What are some fan favorites?
So one of the things I was thinking of is like a chicken salad.
Yes.
Or like a turkey salad even.
Yep.
I have a turkey breast that I got from Costco, was pre-cooked.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking, I feel like you've said, just throw some Greek yogurt in there.
Yeah. So yeah, you can find again on Pinterest, there's healthy recipes, but just like adding dill and just a couple spices to the Greek yogurt. If you're doing, and you can do like half Greek yogurt, half mayo to get a little more protein in there, but still get that mayo, the fats, to make it more creamy.
Okay.
My favorite mayo is the Primal Kitchen. So it's this brand, the Primal Kitchen, that brand, it's an avocado mayo. So be careful about the fats that you're choosing. You just really want to stay away from your seeds, oils, and the nut oils that we have heard all of the things about. And so just try to avoid those in your ingredients and look for more of an avocado oil, an olive oil base, things like that. You want to avoid the soybean, and it just clogs things up in our system. Our body's not able to process it. And so it causes a lot of inflammation, and then we've got gut issues. We won't go on that today, but so just look for your healthier oils if you're going to do some mayo. So like half of your Greek yogurt, half a little of the olive oil. Or
and what
avocado
about
oil.
like egg salad? Egg salad would be, just move your
Awesome.
chair over just a little bit, because I have to have my leg up. Sorry.
Yes.
I have to have my leg up.
So
So
good.
we're just doing the best that we can here.
Yep.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about egg salad.
Okay. Same.
Is that a good option as well?
Yeah, totally. That would be great. And you could do like some egg salad lettuce wraps. If you're trying to avoid some carbs, lettuce wraps are awesome. Same thing with the chicken salad, right? You could roll that up into some lettuce.
Okay.
And it goes with like grapes. Just add some grapes. Do you like grapes in your chicken salad? Yeah.
I do. My kids would not.
Okay.
But
So I will put mine on the side because they're the same. I'll put my grapes on the side and then I'll just pack them into whoever likes it. Celery.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So celery is another, water chestnut. Sometimes if people don't like celery, you can do that for a little bit of crunch.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, doing some lettuce wraps would be a good option.
And so what about like a low carb tortilla?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The Mission low carb tortillas are great. Those would be good options for wraps.
And so just a quick question, like if you're making the salad, what is this, we kind of have talked in the challenge group about portions.
Yep.
How much, so would that be your kind of the palm of your hand size?
Yes. And that's a great question. So portion control is if your goal is to decrease the scale, it's all about calories in versus calories out. And so reducing your portions is going to change the scale. And so I teach all of my clients that this is your protein. Your palm of your hand is your protein. You cup your hand for your carbs. And so that's going to be like your quinoa, your potatoes, your tortilla, your one piece of bread. Your fats is your thumb. So about 2 tablespoons, top to bottom on that. And then you've got your veggies. Your veggies is your fist. So as you're loading up your salad, the broccoli, whatever your veggies are, you're going to do about a fist size on your plate. So as you are at the barbecues this summer, then you can kind of maintain your portions, reach for that much protein. Those are your carbs, fats, veggies, and have a well-balanced plate. So I encourage my clients to have their carbs and their protein and veggies the first 2 meals of the day, because carbs is a quick energy. You're moving, you're gonna burn those off. And then at dinner time, just a little bit of fats are introduced. So we try and do mostly carbs at the beginning of the day so we can burn off that, and then introduce just a little bit of fats in the evening. So, and don't overdo the fats. If your goal is to decrease the scale, a lot of times it's because there's overabundance of fat. They're higher calories. So it's 9 calories in that gram versus 6 in your protein and your carbs. And your body has to work harder to work on the protein. That's why the protein we push that so heavily. So we got lunch for the first day.
Yeah.
What do you want to couple with the wraps? Again, I would have like a veggie tray out. Okay. So get a veggie tray and then you can probably just use that for the whole weekend, right? If you get a big, good size one. And what I would say for your dip for veggie is grab a small container of cottage cheese.
I was just going to ask that. Okay.
Yep. Small container of cottage cheese, blend it in the blender, get it nice and creamy. And all you got to do is add a ranch seasoning mix to it. And then you have a protein dip to go with your veggies. So it's just another way to sneak it in and really yummy. The other ranch that you're going to get that's in the container, it's just high fat. It's just extra unneeded calories that are unnecessary. So if you can, take a Tupperware of that, ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, dinner that night. Do you guys have access to a grill? What do you thinking? Okay.
Yes.
I
mean, I think burgers is what comes to mind.
Okay. Awesome. And yeah, the family likes them. They're easy. It's barbecue season. So what are your goals? Like a burger is fine for Connor and you're pretty right. They need the calories. But
I like a burger bowl.
Yeah. Yes, totally. And that's actually one of the salads that I have in here too. It's actually this one.
You have a burger salad?
Burger salad. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So, and I actually layer it a little bit differently. So I layer mine several different ways. So I'll do that. I'll do the meat. I've got the tomatoes. I've got pickles in here. I actually even have ketchup and mustard in it, ready to go.
Oh, you do?
And I just have it all layered. Yep. And then it's just in the fridge. Literally just dump it out.
And so then do you put dressing on that, or is the ketchup and the mustard is the dressing?
Yeah. Ketchup and mustard are my dressing.
I just don't know if I could do, I'm not sure about that, but maybe I'll try.
Well, okay.
I need to start, when am I going to start believing Chelsea?
It's like eating a lettuce wrapped burger. What do you typically put on your burger?
I do. I put
Yeah, mustard, I do. I mean,
Yeah,
mustard
ketchup and mustard.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so
And I like pickles. Eric doesn't.
okay, so look for some sugar-free
Burger salad.
ketchups.
I don't see, that wasn't really a cheeseburger salad.
You can throw some cheese in there if you want. It's just extra fat. So
Okay.
again, because I am in show prep, I'm just avoiding the fats. So eat it like you want to eat it. You guys, food's got to taste good. And so you can have them cook the burgers on the grill, and then you're just going to chop yours up and you can make it into a salad, right?
Yeah.
So, but look for some ketchup without the oils, right? Without the high fructose corn syrup. Okay. So pay attention to your labels, because that's what'll get you. It's higher, higher calories. This is 1 tablespoon for 10 calories. But if you're buying ones with sugar in it, it's just increasing your calories. So your sauces is a sneaky way to add like an extra 300 to 500 calories a day.
Right.
And that's a pretty long walk to burn 300 to 500 calories,
Which I can't do.
we can't do right now. So we're just going to limit the sauces. We're going to pull back the fats in order to decrease the calories.
Okay, so now what if I want to do, like, I love to do sweet potato fries.
Yeah. Chop them up and put it in the salad, or eat them on the side.
Okay.
I do them in my air fryer and then put them on my salad. Yep. I like it. What else do we side burgers with? Any watermelon?
Well, chips.
Okay. All right. So just
But I probably wouldn't be, I would be fine with watermelon. I would be fine with veggies.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
veggie tray stuff.
Yep. So veggies, some chips, and just like steer clear. I mean, everybody loves Doritos, you guys, but there's just so many chemicals in it. Your body just can't break it down. It's a foreign substance. And a lot of times these chemicals are floating around. We've got all these free radicals, and it's just building up and clogging things up. And so if you can, look for some gluten-free chips. Chips and salsa is great. Just grab some gluten-free chips.
Okay.
And you've got salsa too. I make my own salsa, and I just do avocado and pico de gallo. And then some of my favorite seasonings are these feast mode. And the reason I do feast mode is because it's lower sodium. So this tequila lime, I'll do avocado, pico de gallo, and the tequila lime feast mode sprinkled in. And we make homemade guac with that all the time. So seasonings are super important, but feast mode is a great option. It's just lower sodium. If you're local here to Utah, they have them at Peterson's, but you can find these online too. They're like $10 a bottle. So really reasonably priced and super yummy. I think
Okay.
Eric may have gotten some of those.
Okay. So I think you talked about that.
Okay. All right. So we've got dinner.
I like that we can have chips and salsa. You just said they need to be gluten-free, but is that just reduced carbs or something?
So your body digests it easier. So go back to your reading assignment. She hasn't been doing her reading, friends.
And
your
your
carb
bad
week.
days.
Yeah. In your
I
carb
was
week.
trained Girl Scout.
Yeah. So just less inflammation in the body, which we really need to avoid right now. So less sugar, less inflammation is going to be our goal for Heidi as she's recovering. We really just want to get good, healthy, whole food nourishment while her body is trying to heal itself. So,
Okay. All right. So now we're kind of hopped up to Sunday.
okay, Sunday morning, we did the pancake thing. Do you guys like breakfast casseroles?
I think they would.
Okay, super easy breakfast casserole. You can do like shredded potatoes on the bottom,
Okay.
and then you'll do like 12 to 14 eggs. And this is like for a 9x13. 12 to 13 eggs mixed up. If you like ground sausage, throw some ground sausage. So you're going to cook that and
Okay.
have that ready to go. You're just going to sprinkle cheese on top, tin foil, throw it in the oven, 350 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
You just want your eggs to be cooked. Like that's what you're looking for ultimately. This is something that can be pre-made the night before, and you can actually just throw it in the fridge and pull it out and bake it in the oven.
Okay.
So that's a really easy option. Breakfast
That sounds good.
scrambles.
Uh-huh.
And these are really good for meal prep, you guys, too. We do the breakfast sausage. I'll typically do turkey sausage to try and decrease the fat. Sausage just has more fat in it.
Oh,
And
really?
it's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's an option. And then your eggs and cheese, you can do some bacon bits on top as another option too. But super easy, and it's usually a hit with everybody. So
Did you say bacon bits?
crumbled bacon.
And you just buy
Option.
that in a bag?
Yeah, so Costco
The-
has them.
Okay.
Yep.
I wondered if that was like super high in sodium or.
So
Red
yeah,
flag.
it is. It's going to be a little more fat because it is a pork. So
Okay.
yep. So optional.
And so you just mentioned scramble. What do you mean by, is that just like throw everything into your scrambled eggs type situation, veggies?
Yeah. So I'll do on Sundays, typically I'll make like a big pan of it, and then I portion it out for about 3 or 4 portions for my husband to just take to work. So I start by putting the sausage in first and get that going. And then I'll usually add the potatoes to it once the sausage is about halfway done. Add potatoes.
Do you do shredded potatoes here again, or more like the cubed?
Cubed. Yep, cubed. And then just add your eggs and then your cheese and bacon on top with the lid on it and melt it. So typically when I'm making something, I'll just, again, over portion it so that I can box it up and I can have some portions to go for my husband for work. If I'm making protein pancakes, I'm going to make an extra gallon size bag so that my kids have breakfast for a few days. So super important to just have, you're already making the mess, right? So just simplify your life so you don't have to repeat the mess the next day, right? Give yourself a break for a couple days.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we've got breakfast.
All right. So we need another lunch option.
Okay, what about quesadillas?
Everyone loves quesadillas, for
Easy.
sure.
Easy. So low carb tortillas, chicken, cheese. If you've got salsa on hand from your chips and salsa, you can do a little bit of that.
Okay.
One thing back to the burgers, it just made me think of it, is people are doing burger tacos. So if you have a low carb tortilla, you get that warm, put your meat on your hamburger flat on the tortilla and grill it up.
I've actually been seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so you have your tortilla and your meat, and now you can just put your shredded lettuce, your cheese, and your ketchup and mustard, and you
And then you
literally
eat
eat it like a taco.
taco.
It is
Really?
so good.
Really?
It's so good.
I've seen people making those.
Yeah. So it's really yummy.
Okay. So talk about the cheese for a quesadilla.
Yeah. So let's just go a low fat. So when you're choosing your cheese, just choose a low fat cheese.
Okay.
And that's just going to reduce your calories. So same thing with your cottage cheese. When you're purchasing your cottage cheese for your dip, go fat free.
Okay.
And it's delicious.
Okay.
So,
All right. Everybody would like that. That's easy.
okay, easy quesadillas, and then just have enough fruit. Like get some grapes, get some apples to chop up or
Okay.
to slice up.
Mhm.
Strawberries. Have easy access to, just like you would a veggie tray, a fruit tray to be able to pull out for your meals too.
Okay.
And then dinner that night. I mean, if you're going to be out all day, do you want like some crock pot idea? Like, what do you?
Oh yeah. Well, we did crock pot over here. Do you
Okay.
have another great crock pot idea for me?
Yes. So we actually love, it's like a tortellini. And so you can either do like breakfast sausage or do turkey sausage. And you're going to cook that. You're going to throw that in the crock pot with about 2 cups of chicken broth and then a can of Italian diced tomatoes. So you've pre-cooked your meat and Italian diced tomatoes and the 2 cups of chicken broth. You got that in.
Okay.
That's in the crock pot. And then about like 30 minutes before serving time, you're going to come in with the fancy plain Greek yogurt,
Okay.
and you're going to do probably at least a cup of that.
Okay.
And so the runnier, the more water you have, the runnier it's going to be. So you get to decide kind of what you want your consistency to be. So I usually I err on the light side of it because I can always add to, but once it's too creamy, it's too creamy. So you got your plain Greek yogurt, and now you're going to add some cheese tortellini. So frozen cheese tortellini, just a bag, like a 20-ounce bag. You'll do that with like the last 30 minutes. And then I do like 2 big handfuls of spinach.
Oh,
and
okay.
drop that in.
Oh,
And it's so yummy. I'm actually making it tonight so I can send a picture.
okay.
And my kids love it. My daughter asks for it all the time. So it's just
That
like
sounds
a,
super yummy.
yeah, it's a yummy tortellini. It's just really, it's a good comfort one. And it's
Okay.
really low calorie. So that's another one.
Okay, I
Um,
like it.
And then I would maybe throw a side salad. Like get some salad kits at Costco, you guys. Just have them on hand. They're easy. Don't overthink the dressing on it. Like you can always cut the dressing out. I think they always provide way too much. I don't know about you guys,
Yeah,
but they provide
I
way
think
too
so.
much. So just half your the dressing that you throw on there, and then you've got a meal there.
Okay,
Sound good?
that sounds great.
Okay. But you guys need some treats. Like I
Well,
know they're gonna need some
So then,
treats.
yeah, now we have
Yeah.
like holiday
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So at night, these are some of the things. The Ninja Creamy, you guys, it's worth the investment. Pay the $200 and just get it.
Really?
Absolutely. It has changed my life. I eat ice cream twice a day because it's so dang good. They are out of stock on the website and they're like $380 on Amazon. So wait a hot minute. But what I do for my Ninja Creamies just to get more protein, I do half a cup of egg whites, half a cup of water, a scoop of the Clean Simple Eats protein powder, and then you have a quart size jar that you just put in the freezer and freeze overnight, and then it's ready to go. You stick it in the machine and you add a little bit of whatever milk. I know that we're lactose free, right? So go nut milk or whatever. And just do like a small layer on top. And then you throw it in the creamy, it mixes it up. The consistency is incredible. My favorite right now is I do the strawberry cheesecake protein. And then I just add fresh strawberries to it. And
so do you
It's
have
amazing.
does the Ninja mush up the strawberries? Like if you put it in, or do you need to?
so you do your ice cream setting first, and then do your fresh
Oh.
strawberries, and then you hit mix in. So you put it back in,
Oh,
and it just like makes it
Okay.
perfect. And a little trick too.
and so it will be whatever flavor is your protein.
Yeah.
So if you get the mint chocolate chip, which is what they're promoting right now,
And it's so good.
I would love that.
Okay, so this is one thing that I do with the mint chocolate. If you don't have the mint chocolate chip protein powder, okay, but you have peppermint oil, okay. So I'm a doTERRA fan. 1 drop, you guys. So if you do vanilla for your protein, most people have vanilla, then just 1 drop of the peppermint oil gives it that mint.
Yeah.
And then if you do cacao nibs instead of chocolate chips, or you can do dark chocolate to cut a few calories, it's like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Really?
So same
Okay.
thing, just mix those in. But yeah, the cacao nibs are awesome. These are actually some of the mix-ins too that I've been doing. So I've done the strawberry protein powder, and then I've got these Hydrate from Clean Simple Eats. This is another awesome one for just ingredients. And I'll throw a scoop of these in with the ice cream as a mix-in, and it just gives it another flavor. So the strawberry limeade is really good, and then this one is more of a tropical Hawaiian sunrise. So I'll add that in with the strawberry.
Okay, so you said a half a cup of egg whites, a half a cup of water, and protein, a scoop of protein powder,
Yep. So you mix that in the quart that they provide,
and you freeze it.
freeze that, and then you put it in the ice cream, hit ice cream on that mode, and then you now got your base, right? And do some mix-ins. You guys, if you're not worried about calories, throw in a Oreo, right? And make a cookies and cream. They have, you can buy like the little cookie dough balls too
Oh,
at
yeah.
the store, and they're already frozen. You can do a couple of those mix-in, and it's not going to kill your calories, right?
Right.
But it's so much better than the high-fat ice cream. But the consistency is just so good. And if you don't, like, you don't have to do the egg whites in the water. You can just do like the Fairlife milk has a lot of protein in it, and it just makes
Oh.
it more creamy. So Fairlife milk is another option. If you can drink milk. If not, use a nut milk. Like use some almond milk, use some oat milk. There's cashew milk.
And
There's
you would do
other
the same
options.
thing. You would just freeze it.
Yep.
And then put it in.
Yeah, so you just do your full cup of the milk and the scoop. There is a fill line and it goes up higher, but I found I just don't need that much liquid.
Well, the thing that I bought last year that you recommended that I love
Yeah.
is the Yonana.
Yes,
And in fact, I just had that last night.
perfect.
And it's so good.
So if you haven't heard of the Yonana, it's a lot cheaper than the Ninja. And it has a spout up top, and you use banana as your base, as your flavoring. And then you can add literally any other frozen fruit, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, whatever you want. It kicks it out into like an ice cream consistency. And that's another one, over make it. like do a batch and have a Tupperware in your fridge or portion out some little containers.
Yeah.
So you have it pre-made, and then throw on some granola, throw on some fresh fruit, drizzle a little bit of honey, like just make it your own. I will add a scoop of protein powder, right?
I know, she said,
Add-
I haven't done that.
Oh my, who is she? You guys. So it's sweet, right? Use protein powder to flavor your ice, this, obviously the Ninja Creamy. Throw a scoop of protein in the plain Greek yogurt. You've tried that?
Yes,
right?
I do. I do that.
Okay.
I have converted over to that.
Okay, so she does plain Greek yogurt with a scoop of the Clean Simple Eats. It flavors it. So it's the exact same thing in the Yonana. I don't know why you haven't tried it yet.
I'm worried that it's gonna ruin the consistency, but I'll try it.
It's gonna make it a little drier, sure. But if you let it melt a little longer, it's gonna be just right.
Okay.
So the Yonana would be great to take up with a bag of frozen fruit, right? It's a favorite for the family. Everybody likes the Yonana. And then I would take your protein to flavor it. So how are you flavoring your Yonanas currently?
I just like the flavor of the fruit.
Okay.
So I just
Yeah.
eat it as is.
Okay,
But I like, I mean, I put like tropical fruit in, like I like the pineapple and
Yes.
the mango and
Yep.
the strawberry in it.
okay. So you've got that as your base.
Yeah.
Do you put any toppings on it typically, or just eat it like that?
I put a little bit of that keto granola that you can get at Costco.
Okay.
I put some of that. It's got like pumpkin seeds in it and
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Okay. So yeah, Yonanas would be a great. Another thing that I've been doing recently for a treat is like a cup of frozen strawberries, about a third a cup of cottage cheese, and of course a scoop of protein powder, blender. And the consistency is so yummy and good, and it's just a sweet treat. So it's just like a strawberry cheesecake little treat, and it's got a lot of protein in it.
Okay.
So that's another thing. I think.
I think this is really good.
Okay.
You know, I think that I have been eating the terra chips sometimes, just a little bit of terra chips with some cream cheese or cottage cheese.
Okay.
I really love a granola bar or a cookie.
Okay.
And so what would be your best bet for like a?
Is it about the
protein bar?
texture?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's the, maybe it's about the texture,
Okay.
just a little crunchy
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So have you tried the Bear Bell protein bars?
I haven't, but I
Okay.
know that Eric bought some and he had to hide them because Connor likes them.
Okay, they are good. So Bear Bell is one of my favorite brands. Built Bar, a lot of people think that it's chewy, but they have a Built Crunch bar now. That is really good. So that's an
okay.
option. The Built Crunch bar is a good one. Trying to think, what are my other go-tos? I can't think right now. But you just
I
want
can
to,
try
like the
those.
G2G bars are good, but they're 300 calories. So it's like a full meal. So just kind of like, if you can, just maybe half it, right? If you're gonna have a G2G bar, I would just go half on those. So protein balls, there's a lot of people that like the protein balls, but you have to be careful because it's about 100 calories per ball. So by the time you've eaten 5 of them, you're thinking, oh, these are just a good little snack. Well, you just had 500 calories. That's a full meal.
Mhm.
So one way to reduce the calories in protein balls is to use the PB Fit powder, and you're still getting higher protein but less fat. So I mix PB Fit with egg whites to get the consistency I want for protein, and I'll do that with celery. So like celery, because a lot of people like celery and peanut butter, or apples and peanut butter. Just mix your PB Fit powder with egg whites, pasteurized. Don't be afraid, you guys.
Eric does love it.
Try the pasteurized egg whites. I use that as a liquid in all of my smoothies. Anytime that I'm doing water in something, I will opt for the egg whites, and you're just adding some extra protein. So
Do you get that at Costco?
yep, just has those little cartons. I also order the egg whites by the gallon out of California too. And I'll put some links in my stories for those. But like I go through like a gallon every 2 weeks of egg whites. So
Because you're a beast.
because I'm not scared of them.
Okay, I think there's some good suggestions here.
Okay.
I haven't even been watching the questions, and so hopefully there hasn't been a million questions. I'm now sitting 2 far back and I have to have my leg up and
Yes.
like all of these issues, but
I'm gonna pull out. just
I do
couple
have a
things.
zoodler,
Oh, good. That's fun.
so I need to get the zoodler out.
Yeah. So hint water, you guys, if you haven't tried hint water, it's great to have on hand just to mix things up. Water is so, so important. Shoot for half of your body weight in ounces per day as a, just kind of as a set goal. But if you can, target 100 ounces a day. And I would say one of the tips for water is get your favorite water bottle, just have a goal to drink one before lunch, one before dinner, one before bedtime. And typically you're gonna hit your goal every day. If you kind of use that as your set point. Healthy snacks, let's just talk about some protein snacks. We talked about cottage cheese. Like the tuna packets are awesome. They come in a bunch of different flavors. Don't be afraid of tuna fish, you guys. Learn how to flavor it. Like tuna fish, I do the Frank's hot sauce in it and we'll just throw that over a bed of lettuce and then just throw like peppers in it and kind of have like a barbecue chicken type salad. And it's really good. Having like, look for jerky with a no sugar, like Tillamook no sugar, or the chopsticks are great jerky options. And we're always on the go. And so it's great to have those as just a quick grab. Yeah. Because we need to lead with those protein snacks throughout the day. So if you're unfamiliar with the Clean Simple Eats, they do have these like the founder's favorite box. So you can kind of get some samples and it comes with like a nut butter and some of the protein. They've got the hydrate. I've used most of everything
on their
here.
website.
Yeah, you can order that on the website and I'll throw a link up in my stories too for a discount.
It's all just delicious. It's expensive.
It is expensive, but you get what you pay for. Like,
Yeah.
how many of you have a can of protein powder in your cupboard that you don't use because it's chalky and it's gross?
And you hate it.
Yeah. So
And I didn't, ow. Okay, I can't do that. And I didn't actually believe that there would be a difference. I just thought that you had to live with yucky protein powder and everything. And Eric buys this really nasty stuff and I hate it. He doesn't mind it. I hate it.
Yeah.
And so I was trying it in my yogurt. I was trying it in a couple things and I hated it. And then I finally broke down and bought the Clean Simple Eats and it is delicious.
yeah, everything they make is awesome and it absorbs really well. They have digestive enzymes in it, which is super important. You guys, if you are not taking a good multivitamin or digestive enzymes, you have a lot of bloating. I would suggest looking for a good multivitamin. And I personally, since I switched over to the doTERRA multivitamins, I've seen a huge difference where I donate plasma and when they would do the quarterly blood draw, I kept filling my protein in the blood draw. And I was like, you guys, I'm a bodybuilder. I eat 300 grams a day. And the nurse actually suggested switching over my multivitamin to a better quality and some digestive enzymes. And ever since I've done that, I've passed my blood test every time. I'm also gaining muscle faster in this prep than I did my last one because my body now is able to absorb the macronutrients. So proper multivitamins are good. Digestive enzymes if you have bloating. Perk is another, Perk Energy. They are another one for some good powders. They have protein hot chocolate. It does have some sugar in it, but they're BCAAs. I will make snow cones every day out of their BCAAs. So all I do is I do probably like 2 cups of ice in my blender. And then I do a little squirt of lemon juice. And then I'll just do a packet or a scoop of the BCAAs on top and throw it in the blender. It's so good. And my kids ask for them all
Well,
the time.
remind me what the BCAAs are for.
So BCAAs are your branch chain amino acids. So consider it like the mortar between the bricks. If you're lifting weights, trying to maintain your muscle, it's going to go in and it's going to help to prevent you from being sore and just helps you to maintain your muscle mass. So BCAAs, and these ones are really good. Tropical vanilla cream. And this is the, what is it? Raspberry vanilla cream. The lime mojito is actually awesome too. And I love that one. So that's another help, like in the afternoon when you got that sweet tooth, make yourself a snow cone. So good. Like you guys, nutrition should taste good and it should be interesting. It should be fun. Don't overcomplicate it. And feel free to reach out to me. Like if you have questions, I'm more than happy to answer questions behind the scene. I am a gum chewer. And so if you have a sweet tooth, if you're trying to reduce that number on the scale, chew some gum. Find a gum that works for you. I literally have this everywhere, in my gym bag, in my car, all the training. Like I go through 5 pieces, right?
Yeah,
We're training.
Yeah.
but I have it in my kitchen and my kids are always stealing it, but gum can be your best friend, just to help you try and get away from those sugar cravings. So that was a lot, but salads are awesome. This one actually is a raspberry. We'll finish with this. I have the raspberry vinaigrette on the bottom. So keeping it away from the lettuce at the top, you put your dressing on the bottom, and then I've got a layer of the rice. Then I've got some turkey in here. You can do turkey or chicken, and there is also Swiss cheese in here, but you can do feta cheese. I have pistachios in here as well, and you could do some sunflower seeds in place of that. And then the greens just always go on top. So salad in a jar is awesome. So I will be dropping all the recipes for salad in a jar in my community this for tomorrow. So you guys will have those sweeteners. You guys go reach for agave, reach for honey, and try to avoid obviously regular sugar and brown sugar if you can. Coconut sugar is another good option just for sweeteners. But okay, lots of info. Hopefully,
All right.
it gives you some ideas for this weekend.
I
Thanks for
think,
tuning in.
I think we have some, I mean, I'm excited. And I think, I think I just have to kind of try some of these things. I have to just trust, because I'm a creature of habit and I don't like to change. And so obviously, but I'm really using this as a reason to make some changes. And so, you know, I am trying to find a silver lining
For sure.
trying to.
We're going to make it
Yeah,
doable.
myself-
We're going to make it doable.
There.
So
All right, you guys, thank you for hanging out. I'm gonna go ahead and save this, and I will repost. I'll pull over some of the stuff that Chelsea posts. Go follow Chelsea. She's at. Oh, this is gonna end.
continue.
I think, yeah, hit continue. That's probably gonna end us because we hit 1 hour.
Okay.
So, oh,
Okay.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good.
That was great.